U.S. Job Website Guide by State from careeronestop.org. careerinfonet.org/select_state.asp offers some job info by state. careerinfonet.org also has lists of companies by field and zip code. Alabama Job and other websites. alesta.edu/sec/cte/pages/home.aspx, Alabama Career Information Network System. adeca.alabama.gov/division/wdd/pages/default.aspx, Alabama Workforce Development Division. alabamavlme.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Alabama's Comprehensive Labor Market Information System. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.al.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Alabama, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information labor.alabama.gov/su/default.aspx, Alabama Employment Projections, Alabama Department of Industrial Relations, Labor Market Information Division. State Employment-Related Resources. labor.alabama.gov, Alabama Department of Labor, State of Alabama Department of Labor. dhr.alabama.gov/services/family_assistance/jobs_program.aspx, Alabama Jobs Program, Alabama Department of Human Resources. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Alabama, Alabama Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. personnel.alabama.gov, Alabama State Personnel Department. labor.alabama.gov/uc/unemployment-compensation.aspx, Alabama Unemployment Insurance. etpl.alabama.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Alabama WIA eligible training providers. joblink.alabama.gov, Alabama's Job Bank, Alabama JobLink. alabama.gov, alabama.gov. State Labor Market Information Offices. labor.alabama.gov, Alabama Labor Market Information Division. State Wage Information. labor.alabama.gov/su/default.aspx, Alabama Wage Information. alabamainfo.com/cities, Alabama Cities Index. 50states.com/alabama.htm, Alabama Yellow Pages. Cultural and Historical Attractions Alabama.travel, Alabama Bureau of Tourism and Travel. alabama.travel/places-to-go, places to go. Outdoor Recreation fs.fed.us/recreation/map/state_list.shtml #Alabama, Alabama National Forests. nps.gov/state/al/index.htm ?program Parks, Alabama National Parks. Performing Arts Alabama.travel/festivals-and-events, Alabama Festival and Event Calendar. milby.com/index.jsp?sid T247, Birmingham Barons, Minor League Baseball.com. milby.com/index.jsp?sid T559, Huntsville Stars, Minor League Baseball.com. Alaska Job and other websites. Career Information Delivery Systems, CIDS. akcis.org/portal.aspx, Alaska Career Information System. labor.alaska.gov, Alaska Department of Labor and Workforce Development. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.ak.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Alaska, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. live.laborstats.alaska.gov/occfcsd/index.cfm, Alaska Occupational Forecast, Alaska Department of Labor and Workforce Development. State Employment-Related Resources. labor.alaska.gov/esd, Alaska Employment Security Division. lam.alaska.gov/sled, Alaska Job and Employment Resources, University of Alaska Fairbanks. jobs.alaska.gov/offices/index.html, Alaska Job Center Network. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Alaska, Alaska minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. doa.alaska.gov/dop, Alaska State Government Employment. labor.state.ak.us/esd_unemployment_insurance/home.htm, Alaska Unemployment Insurance Information. dhss.alaska.gov/dpa/pages/atp/default.aspx, Alaska Welfare to Work, Alaska Temporary Assistance Program, ATAP. labor.alaska.gov/aweb, Alaska Workforce Investment Act. alexis.labor.state.ak.us, Alaska's Job Bank, Alexis, Alaska's Labor Exchange System. dhss.alaska.gov/gcdse/pages/default.aspx, Governor's Council on Disabilities and Special Education, Alaska Department of Health and Social Services. labor.state.ak.us/jobseek/jobseek.htm, links for job seekers, Alaska Department of Labor and Workforce Development. alaska.gov, State of Alaska official website. jobs.alaska.gov/veterans, Veteran Services, Alaska Job Center Network. State Labor Market Information Offices. laborstats.alaska.gov, Alaska Research and Analysis. State Wage Information. live.laborstats.alaska.gov/wage/index.cfm?@=$(0,0000000, Alaska Wage Information. Community Resources alaska.gov/communit.html, Alaska Communities. 50states.com/alaska.htm, Alaska Yellow Pages. Cultural and Historical Attractions alaskastatefair.org/site, Alaska State Fair. TravelAlaska.com, Alaska Visitor Information. MuseumsAlaska.org, Museums Alaska. Outdoor Recreation adf.alaska.gov/index.cfm, adf=home.main, Alaska Department of Fish and Game. dnr.alaska.gov/parks, Alaska Department of Natural Resources Division of Parks and Outdoor Recreation. fs.fed.us/recreation/map/state_list.shtml number sign Alaska, Alaska National Forests. nps.gov/state/ak/index.htm ?program =, Alaska National Parks. Arizona Job and other websites. portal.azsys.intocareers.org, Arizona Career Information System. Other career information pages arizonaatwork.com/az-locations, Arizona One-Stop Career Centers. Other state labor market information pages stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.az.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Arizona, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information laborstats.az.gov/node/2507, Arizona Employment Projections, Arizona Department of Economic Security, Research Administration. State Employment-Related Resources des.az.gov/services/aging-adult/division-aging-and-adult-services, AZ links, Arizona Aging and Disability Resource Center, Arizona Department of Economic Security. des.az.gov, Arizona Department of Economic Security Employment Administration. dvs.az.gov, Arizona Department of Veterans Services. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Arizona, Arizona Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. des.az.gov/services/employment/unemployment-individual, Arizona Unemployment Insurance Benefits. des.az.gov/services/employment/workforce-innovation-act/WIOA-implementation, Arizona Workforce Investment Act. azjobconnection.gov, Arizona's job bank, AZ Job Connection. az.gov, State of Arizona official website. State Labor Market Information Office's laborstats.az.gov, Arizona Office of Employment and Population Statistics. State Wage Information laborstats.az.gov/occupational-employment-statistics, Arizona Wage Information. Arkansas Job and other websites. dws.arkansas.gov, Arkansas Department of Workforce Services. discover.arkansas.gov/home/page ID/164, Arkansas Career Watch Magazine. labor.arkansas.gov/pages/default.aspx, Arkansas Department of Labor. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ar.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Arkansas, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. discoverarkansas.net/cgi/data analysis page ID =94, Arkansas Data Analysis, Arkansas Department of Workforce Services. arcareereducation.org, Arkansas Department of Career Education. dws.arkansas.gov, Arkansas Department of Workforce Services. ark.org/arstatejobs/index.php, Arkansas Government Jobs. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Arkansas, Arkansas Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. arcareereducation.org/about/Arkansas-rehabilitation-services, Arkansas Rehabilitation Services, Arkansas Department of Career Education. humanservices.arkansas.gov/dco/pages/support-services.aspx, Arkansas Support Services. state.ar.us/esd/ui/index.htm, Arkansas Workers Unemployment Benefits. ark.org/esd/jobseekers/wia.htm, Arkansas Workforce Investment Act. rjoblink.arkansas.gov, Arkansas's Job Bank, Arkansas JobLink, America's Job Link Alliance. arkansas.gov, State of Arkansas official website. State Labor Market Information Offices. discoverarkansas.net, Arkansas Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. discoverarkansas.net/cgi/data analysis page ID =94, Arkansas Data Analysis, Arkansas Department of Workforce Services. Community Resources arkansas.gov/services/list/category/government-local, Arkansas Community. 50states.com/arkansas.htm, Arkansas Yellow Pages. Cultural and Historical Attractions arkansas.com/things-to-do/attractions, Arkansas Attractions, Lodging, and Dining. arkansasheritage.com, Arkansas Department of Heritage. arkansas.com, Arkansas Department of Park and Tourism. arkansas.com/things-to-do/history-heritage, Arkansas History and Heritage. arkansasstatefair.com, Arkansas State Fair. Outdoor Recreation fs.fed.us/recreation/map/state_list.shtml, Arkansas National Forests. nps.gov/state/ar/index.htm program =parks, Arkansas National Parks. arkansas.com/outdoors, Arkansas Outdoors. Performing Arts. arkansasheritage.com. arkansas.com/events, Arkansas Calendar of Events. arkansas.com/things-to-do/entertainment/music-and-entertainment, music and entertainment. Professional sports. milby.com/index.jsp?sid=T1350, Northwest Arkansas Naturals, minorleaguebaseball.com. California Job and other websites. EurekaNet.org, California Career Information System, Eureka. CaliforniaCareers.info, California Career Resources Network, CalCRN. edd.ca.gov/office_locator, California One-Stop Career Center System. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ca.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, California, U.S. Department of Labor. ca.gov/working, California Employment. State Employment Trends Information labormarketinfo.edd.ca.gov/cgi/data analysis/area selection.asp table name =OCCPRJ, California Occupational Projections of Employment, California Employment Development Department, Labor Market Information Division. State Employment Related Resources rehab.cahwnet.gov/boards-and-committees/CCEPD, California Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities, California Employment Development Department. edd.ca.gov/default.htm, California Employment Development Department. ca.gov, California homepage. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #, California, California Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. spb.ca.gov, California State Personnel Board. edd.ca.gov/unemployment/default.htm, California Unemployment Insurance. ca.db101.org/ca/program/income_support/calwork/program2c.htm, California Welfare to Work. cwdb.ca.gov, California Workforce Investment Act. caljobs.ca.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, California's Job Bank, CalJobs, State of California. State Labor Market Information Offices labormarketinfo.edd.ca.gov, California Labor Market Info. State Wage Information labormarketinfo.edd.ca.gov/cgi/data analysis/area selection.asp table name =OES wage, California Occupational Wages. Website for unemployment insurance filing. edd.ca.gov/unemployment/filing_a_c. lame.htm. CalJobs veterans receive priority in job and training referrals. caljobs.ca.gov/vosnet/default.aspx. California Job Service offices have a veteran's representative on staff or available by appointment. edd.ca.gov/office_locator. Able Disabled Advocacy, ADA, is a nonprofit organization founded in 1975 that provides employment and training services to individuals with all types of disabilities and other barriers to employment. Able2work.org. We provide services to veterans including vocational training, employment, housing, and more. 213-622-3540. voalaw.org. 760-489-6380. vetsresource.org. Swords to Plowshares is the only veterans service agency in the United States that provides a full continuum of care. We help vets, as well as families of vets. Swords-to-plowshares.org. State website. ca.gov. California WorkNet One-Stop Career Center website. edd.ca.gov/office_locator. California's official website for disaster-related information. myplan.calma.ca.gov. Talent Knows No Limits, a California public education resource for employment of people with disabilities. tnol.sdsu.edu. Employment. Federal Fair Employment Agency. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 800-669-4000. info@eeoc.gov. eeoc.gov. Reasonable accommodations. Job Accommodation Network. 800-526-7234. jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA. U.S. Department of Labor. Wage and Hour Division. 866-487-9243. dol.gov/WHD. State Fair Employment Agency. Department of Fair Employment and Housing. 800-884-1684. contact.center@dfa.ca.gov. dfa.ca.gov. Unemployment Agency. Employment Development Department. 866-333-4606. edd.ca.gov. Vocational Rehabilitation. California Department of Rehabilitation. 916-324-1313 or 800-952-5544. rehab.cahwnet.gov. Colorado Job and other websites. Career Resource Network, CRN, sites coloradocareernetwork.com, Colorado Career Network. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.co.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Colorado, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information callmygateway.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Colorado Labor Market Information. State Employment Related Resources coworkforce.com, Colorado Department of Labor and Employment. Colorado.gov, Colorado homepage. dol.gov/WHD/minwage/America.htm number sign Colorado, Colorado minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. ConnectingColorado.com, Colorado's Job Bank, Connecting Colorado. Colorado.gov/Pacific/DVR, Department of Vocational Rehabilitation, DVR, Colorado Department of Human Services. callmygateway.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Colorado Labor Market Information. State Wage Information callmygateway.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Colorado Labor Market Information. Connecticut Job and other websites. ctgov/ecd/cwp/view.asp, A equals 3681 and Q equals 435124 and PM equals 1 and ECDNAV equals, Connecticut Job and Career Connection. ctdol.state.ct.us/ccrn/ccrn.htm, Connecticut Career Resource Network, CCRN. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ct.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics Connecticut, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. ct.gov/ecd/cwp/view.asp $?3681 $Q $431814 PM $1, Connecticut Employment Forecast, Connecticut Department of Labor, Office of Research. ctdol.state.ct.us/seatworks/seatworks.htm, CTWorks. portal.ct.gov/da/statewide-hr/apply-for-state-job-openings, Connecticut Department of Administrative Services State Employment, State of Connecticut. ctdol.state.ct.us, Connecticut Department of Labor. ctdol.state.ct.us/gendocs/js-workers.html, Connecticut Job Search Assistance. dol.gov/WHD/minwage/America.htm number sign Connecticut, Connecticut Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. ctdol.state.ct.us/ui-online/index.htm, Connecticut Unemployment Insurance. ctdol.state.ct.us/well-to-work/well-to-work.htm, Connecticut Welfare to Work. ctdol.state.ct.us/wea/what-is-wea.htm, Connecticut Workforce Investment Act. cthires.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Connecticut's Job Bank. ctdol.state.ct.us/gendocs/gcepd/t-gcepd.htm, Governor's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities, Connecticut Department of Labor. portal.ct.gov, State of Connecticut official website. State Labor Market Information Offices. ctdol.state.ct.us/LMI, Connecticut Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. ctdol.state.ct.us/LMI/internet/oesmain.htm, Connecticut Occupational Employment and Wages. Community Resources 50states.com/connecti.htm, Connecticut Yellow Pages. portal.ct.gov, Towns and Cities in Connecticut. Cultural and Historical Attractions ctagfairs.org, Connecticut Fairs. ctvisit.com, Connecticut Tourism. Outdoor Recreation ct.gov/deep/cwp/view.asp?@q=322440, Connecticut Bureau of Natural Resources. nps.gov/state/ct/index.htm program =parks, Connecticut National Parks. ct.gov/deep/cwp/view.asp?@q=2716 &/gid=1650, Connecticut State Parks and Forests. Performing Arts ctvisit.com/getaway/category/arts-and-culture/4, Connecticut Arts and Culture. Professional Sports. SoundTigers.com, Bridgeport Sound Tigers, TheaHL.com. Connecticut.defenders.milby.com/index.jsp?sid=T514, Connecticut Defenders, minorleaguebaseball.com. HartfordWolfpack.com, Hartford Wolfpack, TheaHL.com. Delaware Job and other websites. dcrn.delawareworks.com/full/index.php, Delaware Career Resource Network, DCRN. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.da.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Delaware, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information lmi.delawareworks.com/content/information/projections.php, Delaware Employment Projections, State of Delaware, Office of Occupational and Labor Market Information. State Employment Related Resources delawareworks.com, Delaware Department of Labor. dvr.delawareworks.com, Delaware Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, Delaware Department of Labor. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Delaware, Delaware Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. DelawarePersonnel.com, Delaware State Government Employment. ui.delawareworks.com, Delaware Unemployment Insurance. wib.delawareworks.com, Delaware Workforce Investment Act. joblink.delaware.gov, Delaware's Job Bank, Delaware JobLink. Delaware.gov, State of Delaware official website. State Labor Market Information Offices lmi.delawareworks.com/index.php, Delaware Office of Occupational and Labor Market Information. State Wage Information lmi.delawareworks.com/content/publication/Delaware %20wages.php, Delaware Wage Information. District of Columbia Job and other websites. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.dc.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, District of Columbia, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information does.dc.gov/page/labor-statistics, District of Columbia Labor Statistics, District of Columbia, Department of Employment Services. State employment-related resources does.dc.gov/service/American-Job-Activity-Calendar-and-locations, District of Columbia American Job Centers. does.dc.gov, District of Columbia Department of Employment Services. dc.gov, District of Columbia homepage. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm $DC, District of Columbia Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. does.dc.gov/service/occupational-skills-training, District of Columbia Occupational Skills Training. does.dc.gov/page/file-claim, District of Columbia Unemployment Compensation Claims. dcnetworks.org/vosnet/default.aspx, District of Columbia's Job Bank, DC Networks. dchr.dc.gov/page/careers, the District of Columbia Department of Human Resources. State Labor Market Information Offices does.dc.gov/page/labor-statistics, District of Columbia Labor Statistics, District of Columbia, Department of Employment Services. Federal Fair Employment Agency. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 800-669-4000. info@eeoc.gov. eeoc.gov. Reasonable Accommodations. Job Accommodation Network. 800-526-7234. jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA. U.S. Department of Labor. Wage and Hour Division. 866-487-9243. dol.gov/WHD. Unemployment Agency. D.C. Department of Employment Services Unemployment Compensation Program. 202-724-7000. does.dc.gov/service/unemployment-compensation-process. Vocational Rehabilitation. District of Columbia Department on Disability Services. 202-730-1700. dds.dc.gov. Florida Job and other websites. fldoe.org/academic/college-career-planning/index.html, Florida Workforce Education. fldoe.org/academic/college-career-planning/index.html, Florida Career Resource Network. fldoe.org/academic/college-career-planning/index.html, Florida Workforce Education. sclad.org, SCLAD Resource and Career Center. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.fl.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Florida, U.S. Department of Labor. floridajobs.org/labor-market-center/statistical-program/employment-projections, Florida Employment Projections, Florida Agency for Workforce Innovation. apd.myflorida.com, Agency for Persons with Disabilities, APD, Florida State Government. teachinflorida.com/recruitment/employment opportunities/tobd/72/default.aspx, Department of Education Position Vacancy Listings, Florida Department of Education. floridajobs.org, Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Florida, Florida Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. floridajobs.org/honestop/honestopdir, Florida One Stop Center Directory. floridajobs.org/job-seekers-community-services/reemployment-assistance-center/claimants/apply-for-benefits, Florida Reemployment Assistance Insurance Claims. careersourceflorida.com/about-us/policies-and-initiatives, Florida Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, WIOA. employflorida.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Florida's Job Bank, Employ Florida. floridajobs.org/office-directory/division-of-workforce-services/welfare-transition-program, Florida's Welfare Transition Program. floridajobs.org/job-seekers-community-services/re-employment-assistance-job-search-resources, Job Search Resources, Agency for Workforce Innovation. myflorida.com, State of Florida official website. State Labor Market Information Offices floridajobs.org, Florida Labor Market Statistics. State Wage Information floridajobs.org/labor-information/data-center/statistical-program/occupational-employment-statistics-and-wages, Florida Wage Information. Florida One Stop Career Centers have a Veteran representative on staff or available by appointment. floridajobs.org/honestop/honestopdir. Website for re-employment assistance filing. connect.myflorida.com/claimant/core/l. Agin.aspx. Searching for jobs and employees has never been easier with the new quick search and advanced search functions. employflorida.com/vosnet/default.aspx. floridavets.org/benefits-services/employment. The Military Family Employment Advocacy Program delivers employment assistance services. floridajobs.org/job-seekers-community-services/re-employment-assistance/for-military-spouses. floridajobs.org/job-seekers-community-services/re-employment-assistance-center/for-military-spouses. Florida One Stop System. floridajobs.org/honestop/honestopdir. State website. myflorida.com. Federal Fair Employment Agency. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 800-669-4000. info@eeoc.gov. eeoc.gov. Reasonable accommodations. Job Accommodation Network. 800-526-7234. jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA. U.S. Department of Labor. Wage and Hour Division. 866-487-9243. dol.gov/WHD. State Fair Employment Agency. Florida Commission on Human Relations. 800-488-7082. fchr.state.fl.us. Unemployment Agency. Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. 850-245-7105. fchr.state.fl.us. Vocational Rehabilitation. Florida Department of Education, Division of Vocational Rehabilitation. 800-451-4327. rehabworks.org. Georgia Job and other websites. gcic.peachnet.edu, Georgia Career Information System. gcic.peachnet.edu/default.aspx, Georgia Career Information Center. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ga.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Georgia, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information dol.georgia.gov/get-occupational-trends, Georgia Occupational Outlook. Georgia Department of Labor, Department of Workforce Information and Analysis. dol.georgia.gov/employment-gdol, Employment Opportunities with Georgia Department of Labor, Georgia Department of Labor. dol.georgia.gov/find-job, Georgia Dole Find a Job, Georgia Department of Labor. dol.georgia.gov/find-industry-data, Georgia Dole Industry Data, Georgia Department of Labor. dbhdd.georgia.gov, Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities, State of Georgia. dol.state.ga.us, Georgia Department of Labor. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Georgia, Georgia Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. dol.georgia.gov/file-unemployment-insurance-claim, Georgia Unemployment Insurance, Georgia Department of Labor. dfcs.georgia.gov/ets-contact-information, Georgia Welfare to Work, Division of Family and Children Services, Education and Training Services. georgia.org/competitive-hiverdivisions/worksource-division/worksource-resources-wioa-resources-job-seekers, Georgia Workforce Investment Act, Georgia Department of Labor. EmployGeorgia.com, Georgia's Job Bank, Georgia Job Information System, Georgia Department of Labor. Georgia.gov, State of Georgia official website. State Labor Market Information Offices dol.georgia.gov/get-labor-market-information, Georgia Dole Get Labor Market Information. State Wage Information dol.georgia.gov/search-occupational-wages, Georgia Occupational Wages. Hawaii Job and other websites. State Labor Market Information pages. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.hi.htm, Bureau of Labor. State Employment Trends Information hiwi.org/gsipub/index.asp?doc ID =423, Hawaii Employment Projections, State of Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, Research and Statistics Office. health.hawaii.gov/DCAB, Disability and Communication Access Board, State of Hawaii. humanservices.hawaii.gov, Hawaii Department of Human Services. labor.hawaii.gov, Hawaii Department of Labor and Industrial Relations. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Hawaii, Hawaii Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. governmentjobs.com/careers/Hawaii, Hawaii State Government Employment, Department of Human Resources Development. labor.hawaii.gov, Hawaii Unemployment Insurance. labor.hawaii.gov, Hawaii Workforce Development Division. hiranethawaii.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Hawaii's Job Bank, HireNet Hawaii, Department of Labor and Industrial Relations. portal.ehawaii.gov, hawaii.gov. State Labor Market Information Offices hiwi.org/vosnet/default.aspx, Hawaii Workforce Infonet. State Wage Information hiwi.org/gsipub/index.asp?doc ID =424, Hawaii Wage Information. Hawaii One-Stop Career Centers have a Veteran-S representative on staff or available by appointment. labor.hawaii.gov/wdd/honestop. hiranethawaii.com/vosnet/default.aspx. File an unemployment insurance claim application online. hawaiiclaims.hawaii.gov. Hawaii Local Workforce Development Centers. labor.hawaii.gov/wdd/honestop. State Government Website. portal.ehawaii.gov. Hawaii Civil Rights Commission. hilo.hawaii.edu/related_policy/informational_brochure/hcrc.php. High Occupational Safety and Health. labor.hawaii.gov/hiosH. High Department of Labor and Industrial Relations. labor.hawaii.gov. Employment information for job seekers in Hawaii. portal.ahawaii.gov/?tag employment. Hawaii's official website for hurricane-related information. cca.hawaii.gov/in/hurricane-season. Idaho job and other websites. labor.idaho.gov/dnn/idl/Idaho career information.aspx?ASPX auto detect cookie support =1 Idaho career information system. labor.idaho.gov/dnn/idl/Idaho career information.aspx?ASPX auto detect cookie support =1 Idaho career information system. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.id.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Idaho, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information lmi.idaho.gov/projections, Idaho Long-Term Occupational and Industry Projections, Idaho Commerce and Labor, Research and Analysis Bureau. labor.idaho.gov/dhr/ats/state-jobs/current openings.aspx?view =alpha, Division of Human Resources. labor.idaho.gov/dnn/default.aspx, alias labor.idaho.gov/dnn/idl, Idaho Department of Labor. labor.idaho.gov/dnn/idl/jobseekers.aspx?ASPX auto detect cookie support =1 Idaho Department of Labor job search. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Idaho, Idaho minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. vr.idaho.gov/site/hub/src.aspx, Idaho State Rehabilitation Council Idaho State Board of Education. labor.idaho.gov/dnn/unemployment insurance/unemployment benefits.aspx?ASPX auto detect cookie support =1 Idaho unemployment insurance. labor.idaho.gov/dnn/default.aspx, alias labor.idaho.gov/dnn/WIA and ASPX auto detect cookie support =1 Idaho Workforce Investment Act. idahoworks.gov, Idaho's Job Bank, Idaho Works, Idaho Department of Labor. accessidaho.org, State of Idaho official website. State Labor Market Information Offices lmi.idaho.gov/default.aspx?ASPX auto detect cookie support =1 Idaho Labor Market Information. State Wage Information lmi.idaho.gov/OES, Idaho Occupational Employment and Wages. Illinois Job and other websites. ides.illinois.gov/pages/illinois_career_information_system.aspx, Illinois Career Information System. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.il.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Illinois, U.S. Department of Labor. illinois.gov/idle/pages/default.aspx, Illinois Department of Labor. ides.illinois.gov/ides%20 forms%20 and %20 publications/learn more earn more-n.pdf, learn more earn more, Illinois Occupational Outlook. State Employment Trends Information ides.illinois.gov/lmi/pages/employment_projections.aspx, Illinois Employment Projections, Illinois Department of Employment Security, Economic Information and Analysis Division. dhs.state.il.us/page.aspx?item =29736, Division of Rehabilitation Services, Illinois Department of Human Services. ides.illinois.gov/pages/default.aspx, IDES, Illinois Department of Employment Security. illinois.gov/dceo/workforce development/pages/default.aspx, Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, DCEO, Workforce Development. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Illinois, Illinois minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. ides.illinois.gov/pages/unemployment %20 insurance.aspx, Illinois unemployment insurance. illinois.gov/dceo/workforce development/pages/default.aspx, Illinois Workforce Investment Act. illinoisworknet.com, Illinois WorkNet. illinoisjoblink.illinois.gov, Illinois Job Bank, Illinois JobLink. State.il.us, State of Illinois official website. State Labor Market Information Offices illinoisworknet.com/explore/pages/explorecareers.aspx, Illinois Labor Market Information. State Wage Information ides.illinois.gov/lmi/pages/occupational_employment_statistics.aspx, Illinois Wage Information. Indiana Job and other websites. LearnMoreIndiana.org, Indiana Learn More Resource Center. LearnMoreIndiana.org, Indiana Learn More Resource Center. Stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.in.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Indiana, U.S. Department of Labor. in.gov/dole, Indiana Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information hoosierdata.in.gov/dpage.asp $ID =39 $page_path occupational %20 data &path ID =9 menu _level s menu 1 panel number =2, Indiana Occupational Projections, Indiana Department of Workforce Development, Strategic Research and Development Division. in.gov/GPCPD, Indiana Governor's Council for People with Disabilities, State of Indiana. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Indiana, Indiana minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. in.gov/SPD, Indiana State Personnel Department. in.gov/DWD/2334.htm, Indiana Unemployment Insurance. in.gov/DWD/2424.htm, Indiana Veterans Services, Indiana Department of Workforce Development. IndianaCareerConnect.com/VOSnet/default.aspx, Indiana's Job Bank Indiana CareerConnect.com. in.gov/core, State of Indiana official website. State Labor Market Information Offices hoosierdata.in.gov, Hoosiers by the numbers. State Wage Information hoosierdata.in.gov/dpage.asp $ID =24 $page_path $income %20 and %20 wages %20 data &path ID =15 menu _level s menu 3 panel number =2, Indiana Wage Information. Iowa Job and other websites. IowaWorkforceDevelopment.gov, Iowa Workforce Development. Stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ia.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Iowa, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information IowaWorkforceDevelopment.gov/labor-market-information-division $Zine ID $000000015, Iowa Trends, Iowa Workforce Development. dhs.iowa.gov/employment-and-training, Iowa Department of Human Services Employment and Training. idaction.org, Iowa Developmental Disabilities Council, DD Council, State of Iowa. iowajobs.org/jobs/login.seek, Iowa Jobs and Careers. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Iowa, Iowa minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. Iowa Workforce Development.gov/file-claim-unemployment-insurance-benefits, Iowa Unemployment Insurance Services. iowaworkforcedevelopment.gov, Iowa Workforce Development. iowajobs.org/jobs/login.seek, Iowa's Job Bank, Iowa Jobs. iowa.gov, State of Iowa official website. State Labor Market Information Offices Iowa workforcedevelopment.gov/labor-market-information-division, Iowa Workforce Information Network. State Wage Information Iowa workforcedevelopment.gov/occupational-employment-and-wages, Iowa Wages and Income. Kansas Job and other websites. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ks.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Kansas, U.S. Department of Labor. kcdcinfo.ks.gov, Kansas Commission on Disability Concerns, Kansas Office of the Governor. dol.ks.gov, Kansas Department of Labor. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Kansas, Kansas Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. getkansasbenefits.gov/home.aspx, Kansas Unemployment Insurance. kansasworks.stateboard.org/pages/default.aspx, Kansas Workforce Investment Act. kansasworks.com, Kansas Job Bank, Kansas Works. kansas.gov, State of Kansas official website. State Labor Market Information Offices kalic.dol.ks.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Kansas Labor Market Information. Kentucky Job and other websites. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ky.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Kentucky, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information ksus.ky.gov/kielme/index, Kentucky Labor Market Information. kcc.ky.gov/pages/default.aspx, Kentucky Department of Workforce Investment. educationcabinet.ky.gov/pages/default.aspx, Kentucky Education and Workforce Development Cabinet. labor.ky.gov/pages/labor-home.aspx, Kentucky Labor Cabinet. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Kentucky, Kentucky Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. kcc.ky.gov/pages/default.aspx, Kentucky Office of Employment and Training. kcc.ky.gov/vocational-rehabilitation/pages/default.aspx, Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, State of Kentucky. chfs.ky.gov/dcbs/dfs, Kentucky Transitional Assistance Program. kcc.ky.gov/pages/default.aspx, Kentucky Unemployment Insurance. kcc.ky.gov/pages/default.aspx, Kentucky Workforce Investment Act, Local Workforce Areas. focuscareer.ky.gov/career explorer/home, Kentucky's Job Bank, Kentucky's Focus/Career. kentucky.gov/pages/home.aspx, kentucky.gov. State Labor Market Information Offices ksus.ky.gov/kielme/index, Kentucky Labor Market Information. State Wage Information ksus.ky.gov/kielme/index, Kentucky Labor Market Information. Louisiana Job and other websites. louisianaworks.net/hire/vo/snet/lmi/default.aspx?PU=$1 plan G=e, Louisiana Occupational Information System. lowercase.net/labormarketinfo/lmi_main-menu.asp, Louisiana Labor Market Information. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.la.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Louisiana, U.S. Department of Labor. lowercase.net/labormarketinfo/lmi_main-menu.asp, Louisiana Labor Market Information. State Employment Trends Information lowercase.net/labormarketinfo/LMI_employment projections.asp, Louisiana Employment Projections, Louisiana Department of Labor, Research and Statistics Division, LMI Unit. Government Louisiana.gov/404error.cfm, U equals http://2f%2f%2findex.cfm%3fmd%3 subside%26 tmp%3 dome%26 navid%3 d45%26 cpid%3 d0%26 cat id%3 d3 and r equals and et equals ce. Governor's Office of Disability Affairs, Louisiana Governor's Office. governmentjobs.com/careers/Louisiana, Louisiana Department of State Civil Service. lowercase.net/labormarketinfo/LMI_main-menu.asp, Louisiana Labor Market Information. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #, Louisiana, Louisiana Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. dcfs.louisiana.gov/index.cfm?md $PageBuilder&TMP =home $NID =167 $PNID =158 PID =92, Louisiana Welfare to Work, Strategies to Empower People, STEP. louisianaworks.net/hire/vosnet/default.aspx, Louisiana's Job Bank, Louisiana Hire. Louisiana.gov, State of Louisiana official website. State Labor Market Information Offices lowercase.net/labormarketinfo/LMI_main-menu.asp, Louisiana Labor Market Information. State Wage Information lowercase.net. Main Job and other websites. maincareercenter.gov, Main Career Center Employment Resources. maincareercenter.gov, Main Career Center Employment Resources. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.me.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Maine, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information main.gov/labor/cwri/outlook.html, Maine Job Outlook Maine Center for Workforce Research and Information. maine.gov/swb, Maine Commission on Disabilities and Employment, Maine's Job Council. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #, Maine Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. maine.gov/bhr, Maine State Government Employment. maine.gov/labor/unemployment/benefits.html, Maine Unemployment Insurance Benefits. maine.gov/dhhs/ois, Maine Welfare to Work, Aspire. maine.gov/swb, Maine Workforce Investment Act, State Workforce Investment Board. joblink.maine.gov, Maine's Job Bank, Maine Career Center, Maine Department of Labor. maine.gov/portal, State of Maine official website. State Labor Market Information Offices maine.gov/labor/cwri, Maine Center for Workforce Research and Information, CWRI. State Wage Information maine.gov/labor/cwri/oes1.html, Maine Occupational Employment and Wage Estimates, Maine Center for Workforce Research and Information. Maryland Job and other websites. Career Information Delivery Systems, CIDS, mwejobs.maryland.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Maryland's Job Bank, Maryland Workforce Exchange. Career Resource Network, CRN, sites marylandpublicsschools.org/pages/default.aspx, Maryland Department of Education. Other state labor market information pages stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.md.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Maryland, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information dllr.state.md.us/lmi/index.shtml, Maryland Labor Market Information, Maryland Career and Workforce Information, Office of Workforce Information and Performance. State Employment Related Resources dbm.maryland.gov/pages/default.aspx, Maryland Department of Budget and Management, Office of Personnel Services and Benefits. dllr.state.md.us, Maryland Department of Labor, Licensing and Regulation. mdod.maryland.gov/pages/home.aspx, Maryland Department on Disabilities, State of Maryland. dllr.state.md.us/employment, Maryland Division of Workforce Development and Adult Learning. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Maryland, Maryland Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. dllr.state.md.us/employment/unemployment.shtml, Maryland Unemployment Insurance. dllr.state.md.us/employment/jtpa.shtml, Maryland Workforce Investment Act. State Labor Market Information Offices dllr.state.md.us/lmi/index.shtml, Maryland Labor Market Information, Maryland Career and Workforce Information, Office of Workforce Information and Performance. State Wage Information dllr.state.md.us/lmi/index.shtml, Maryland Labor Market Information, Maryland Career and Workforce Information, Office of Workforce Information and Performance. Federal Fair Employment Agency. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 800-669-4000. info@eeoc.gov. eeoc.gov. Reasonable Accommodations. Job Accommodation Network. 800-526-7234. jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA. U.S. Department of Labor. Wage and Hour Division. 866-487-9243. dol.gov/WHD. State Fair Employment Agency. Maryland Commission on Civil Rights. 800-637-6247 or 410-767-8600. mccr.maryland.gov. Unemployment Agency. Maryland Department of Labor, Licensing and Regulation, Division of Unemployment Insurance. 800-492-5524. dllr.state.md.us/employment/unemployment.shtml. Vocational Rehabilitation. Maryland State Department of Education Division of Rehabilitation Services, DOORS. 410-554-9442 or 888-554-0334. doors.maryland.gov/pages/default.aspx. Maryland State Government Job Website. marylandjobs.com. mwejobs.maryland.gov, Maryland. Maryland dllr.state.md.us/employment, Division of Labor. Maryland. 1100 North Utah Street. Baltimore, Maryland 21202. 410-333-5070. 410-767-2173. md.jobsearch.org. Maryland Veteran Jobs. mdva.state.md.us, Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs. mdva.state.md.us/state/employment.html, Maryland Veterans Employment and Business Assistance. dllr.maryland.gov/employment/veteranservices.shtml, Maryland Veterans Services. mdworkforcepromise.org/veterans.html, Maryland Workforce Promise, Help for Homeless Vets. dbm.maryland.gov/jobseekers/pages/jobsearch.aspx, Maryland State Jobs. MDSB.org, Maryland State Police. msbaviation.org/recruit_medic.asp, Maryland State Police Aviation Division, Flight Paramedic. Massachusetts Job and other websites. portal.masssys.intocareers.org, Massachusetts Career Information System. doe.mass.edu/cd/resources, Massachusetts Career Development. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ma.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Massachusetts, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information mass.gov/org/labor-market-information, Massachusetts Labor Market Information, Massachusetts Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development. mass.gov/find-your-future-commonwealth-job, Commonwealth Employment Opportunities. mass.gov, Commonwealth of Massachusetts official website. mass.gov/anf/employment-access-disability/oversight-agencies/HRD, Massachusetts Human Resources Division. mass.gov/org/executive-of-labor-and-workforce-development, Massachusetts Labor and Workforce Development. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Massachusetts, Massachusetts Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. pilot.mass.gov/org/Massachusetts-Rehabilitation-Commission, Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission, Massachusetts Office of Health and Human Services. mass.gov/org/department-of-unemployment-assistance, Massachusetts Unemployment Insurance. massworkforce.org, Massachusetts Workforce Investment Act. web.detma.org/jobquest/default.aspx, Massachusetts Job Bank, JobQuest. State Labor Market Information Offices mass.gov/org/labor-market-information, Massachusetts Labor Market Information, Massachusetts Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development. State Wage Information lmi2.detma.org/lmi/lmi_oes_a.asp, Massachusetts Wage Information. Michigan Job and other websites. michigan.gov/careers, Michigan Jobs and Career Portal. Other career information pages michigan.gov/careers/0, 16070-17398-16750-1-00.html, Michigan Occupational Reports for Exploration. michigan.gov/WDA, Michigan Workforce Development Agency, Michigan Department of Career Development. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.mi.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Michigan, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information milme.org/home/page ID/67/sub-ID/201, Michigan Employment Projections, Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Growth, Bureau of Labor Market Information and Strategic Initiatives. michigan.gov/mdcr, Michigan Department of Civil Rights, Michigan Department of Civil Rights. michigan.gov/UIA, Michigan Lara Unemployment Insurance Agency. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm Michigan Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. governmentjobs.com/careers/Michigan, Michigan State Government Employment. michigan.gov/mdHS/0,58339-7-547-5-7-00.html, Michigan Welfare to Work, Workforce Programs. michigan.gov/mdcd/0,4611,7-122-1-167-9_182-1-00.html, Michigan Workforce Investment Act. metalent.org, Michigan's Job Bank, Pure Michigan Talent Connect. Michigan.gov, State of Michigan official website. State Labor Market Information Offices milme.org, Michigan Labor Market Information. State Wage Information milme.org/home/page ID/67/sub ID/124, Michigan Wage Information. Minnesota Job and other websites. nsis.intocareers.org/loginmain.aspx, return URL equals %2f default.aspx and cookie test equals y, Minnesota Career Information System. careerwise.mnscu.edu, Minnesota iSeek Solutions. mncis.intocareers.org/materials/portal/home.html, Minnesota Career Information System. careerwise.mnscu.edu/index.html, Minnesota Internet System for Education and Employment Knowledge, iSeek. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.mn.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Minnesota, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information mn.gov/deed/data/data-tools/employment-outlook, Minnesota Employment Projections, Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development. doli.state.mn.us, Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Minnesota, Minnesota Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. disability.state.mn.us/?agency=MSCOD, Minnesota State Council on Disability, State of Minnesota. uimn.org/uimn/index.jsp, Minnesota Unemployment Insurance. mn.gov/deed/programs-services/mfip-10f, Minnesota Welfare to Work, Minnesota Work Participation. mn.gov/deed/job-seekers/workforce-centers, Minnesota Workforce Center. mn.gov/deeds/programs-services/office-youth-development/youth-programs/wea-youth.jsp, Minnesota Workforce Investment Act. MinnesotaWorks.net, Minnesota's Job Bank, Minnesota Works, Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development. mn.gov/portal, State of Minnesota official website. State Labor Market Information Offices mn.gov/deed/data, Minnesota Labor Market Information, Deed Data Center. State Wage Information mn.gov/deed/data, Minnesota Wage Information. Mississippi Job and other websites. xap.com/mschoices/student.html, Mississippi Choices, Statewide Career Information System. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ms.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Mississippi, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information mdes.ms.gov/information-center/labor-market-information/occupational-projections, Mississippi Occupational Employment Projections, Mississippi Department of Employment Security. mdes.ms.gov, Mississippi Department of Employment Security. Mississippi Department of Human Services Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. mdrs.ms.gov/vocational rehab/pages/default.aspx, Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services, State of Mississippi. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Mississippi, Mississippi Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. winianmississippi.org, Mississippi Workforce Investment Act. wings.mdes.ms.gov/wings/welcome.jsp, Mississippi's Job Bank. Mississippi.gov, Mississippi.gov. ms.gov/working, working in Mississippi, State of Mississippi. State Labor Market Information Offices mdes.ms.gov/information-center/labor-market-information, Mississippi Labor Market Information Department. State Wage Information mdes.ms.gov/information-center/labor-market-information/occupational-wages, Mississippi Occupational Wages. Missouri Job and other websites. ded.mo.gov, Missouri Department of Economic Development. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.mo.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Missouri, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information MissouriEconomy.org/occupations, Missouri Employment Projections, Missouri Department of Economic Development, Missouri Economic Research and Information Center. Disability.mo.gov/GCD, Governor's Council on Disabilities, Missouri Disability Portal. Labor.mo.gov, Missouri Department of Labor and Industrial Relations. Labor.mo.gov/DA, Missouri Division of Employment Security. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Missouri, Missouri Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. Labor.mo.gov/unemployed-workers, Missouri Unemployment Insurance. Jobs.mo.gov/community/mo-workforce-system, Missouri Workforce Investment Act. Jobs.mo.gov, Missouri's Job Bank, jobs.mo.gov. mo.gov, State of Missouri official website. State Labor Market Information Offices MissouriEconomy.org, Missouri's Economic Research and Information Center. State Wage Information MissouriEconomy.org/oeswage/default.aspx, Missouri Wage Information. Montana Job and other websites. Portal.mtcs.intocareers.org, Montana Career Information System. lmi.mt.gov/career, Montana Career Resource Network. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.mt.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Montana, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information lmi.mt.gov/news/press release list/Montana-employment-projections-2015-2025, Montana Occupation Employment Projections, Montana Department of Labor and Industry, Research and Analysis Bureau. dphhs.mt.gov/DETD, Developmental Disabilities Program, Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services. dli.mt.gov, Montana Department of Labor and Industry. statecareers.mt.gov, Montana Employment Information, State of Montana. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Montana, Montana Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. uid.dli.mt.gov, Montana Unemployment Insurance Division. wsd.dli.mt.gov/wioa/we manual_cover page, Montana Workforce Investment Act. MontanaWorks.gov, Montana's Job Bank, Montana Job Service. wsd.dli.mt.gov/default.aspx, Workforce Services Division. State Labor Market Information Offices lmi.mt.gov, Montana Department of Labor and Industry, Research and Analysis Bureau. State Wage Information lmi.mt.gov/data search, Montana Occupational Employment Statistics, OES, Wages. Nebraska Job and other websites. Portal.necis.intocareers.org, Nebraska Career Information System. Portal.necis.intocareers.org, Nebraska Career Information System. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.ne.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Nebraska, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information newarks.nebraska.gov/vosnet/lmi/default.aspx?PU=1 plan G=E, Nebraska Employment Projections, Nebraska Department of Labor, Nebraska Workforce Development. newarks.nebraska.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, AnyWorks. dol.nebraska.gov, Nebraska Department of Labor. dhhs.ne.gov/children_family_services/pages/wer_werindex.aspx, Nebraska Employment First. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Nebraska, Nebraska Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. dhhs.ne.gov/developmental_disabilities/pages/dd planning_index.aspx, Nebraska Planning Council on Developmental Disabilities, Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. uibenefits.nwd.ne.gov/bps web/jsp/bps claimantwelcome.jsp, Nebraska Unemployment Benefits. dol.nebraska.gov/employment and training/WIA/home, Nebraska Workforce Investment Act. newarks.nebraska.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Nebraska's Job Bank, AnyWorks. nebraska.gov/index.html, State of Nebraska official website. State Labor Market Information Offices newarks.nebraska.gov/vosnet/lmi/default.aspx $PU =$1 plan G=E, Nebraska Workforce Development Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. nebelswags.nwd.ne.gov/eds.php, Nebraska Wage Information. Nevada State Websites for Jobs, Business, etc. NevadaJobConnect.com, Nevada. dop.nv.gov, Nevada State Jobs. Website for unemployment insurance filing. ui.nv.gov/home.htm. Nevada Job Connect Career Centers have a Veteran representative on staff or available by appointment. NevadaJobConnect.com/centers/index.php. Nevada Job Connect can help you find a job that's right for you. Nevada.us.jobs. Work for Warriors. Assists service members, veterans, and immediate family members to connect with available resources and start their journey to realizing their career goals. WorkForWarriorsNV.org. Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation website with job seeker, employer information, labor market information, rehabilitation services, Equal Rights Commission, state job training partnerships, DETR-related resources. nvdetr.org. State of Nevada official website. nv.gov. Nevada Job Connect. NevadaJobConnect.com. Nevada's official website for hurricane-related information. nvdetr.org/katrina_relief/hurricane_resources.htm. Career Information Delivery Systems, CIDS, nvsys.intocareers.org/materials/portal/home.html, Nevada Career Information System. Career Resource Network, CRN. detar.state.nv.us, Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. Other state labor market information pages stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.nv.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics Nevada, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information nevadaworkforce.com/home/page ID/67/sub ID/197, Nevada Employment Projections, Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. State Employment-Related Resources detar.state.nv.us, Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. detar.state.nv.us/esd%20 pages/job%20 seeker%20 service.htm, Nevada Job Seeker Services. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Nevada, Nevada Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. detar.state.nv.us/uiben/uiben_uiben.htm, Nevada Unemployment Insurance Benefits. dwss.nv.gov/10f/10f_FAQ eligibility_criteria n/p, Nevada Welfare to Work, New Employees of Nevada, NEON. nvdetr.org/WIA/WIA_index.htm, Nevada Workforce Investment Act. nevada.us.jobs/index.asp, Nevada's Job Bank. detar.state.nv.us/rehab sign 20 pages/rehab.htm, Rehabilitation Division, Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. nv.gov, State of Nevada official website. State Labor Market Information Offices NevadaWorkforce.com, Nevada Workforce Informer. State Wage Information NevadaWorkforce.com/home/page ID/67/sub-ID/117, Nevada Wage Information. Federal Fair Employment Agency. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 800-669-4000. info@eeoc.gov. eeoc.gov. Reasonable Accommodations. Job Accommodation Network. 800-526-7234. jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA. U.S. Department of Labor. Wage and Hour Division. 866-487-9243. dol.gov/WHD. State Fair Employment Agency. Nevada Equal Rights Commission. 702-486-7161 or 800-326-6868. detarnic@nvdetr.org. nvdetr.org/nac.htm. Unemployment Agency. Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. 775-684-0427. ui.nv.gov/home.htm. Vocational Rehabilitation. Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation. 702-486-5230 or 775-684-8400. detar.state.nv.us/rehab sign 20 pages/voc sign 20 rehab.htm. New Hampshire Job and Other Websites. nhes.nh.gov/lmy/career/index.htm, New Hampshire Career Resource Network. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.nh.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, New Hampshire, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information nhes.state.nh.us/nhEatwork, New Hampshire Employment Projections, New Hampshire Employment Security, Economic and Labor Market Information Bureau. nh.gov/disability, Governor's Commission on Disability, State of New Hampshire. das.nh.gov/admin/site maintenance.htm, New Hampshire Department of Administrative Services, Human Resources. nhes.nh.gov, New Hampshire Department of Employment Security. nh.gov/labor, New Hampshire Department of Labor. nhes.nh.gov/services/claimants/index.htm, New Hampshire Employment Security Unemployment Insurance. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign New Hampshire, New Hampshire Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. nhworks.org/about_us.cfm $page_number =80, New Hampshire Workforce Investment Act. nhworksjobmatch.nh.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, New Hampshire's Job Bank, NWorks Job Match System. nh.gov, State of New Hampshire official website. nhworks.org, NWorks. State Labor Market Information Offices nhes.nh.gov/lmy/index.htm, New Hampshire Economic and Labor Market Information Bureau. State Wage Information nheatwork.nhes.state.nh.us/nheatwork, New Hampshire Wage Information. New Jersey Job and other websites. lwd.state.nj.us/labor/lwdhome/coi/coi_index.html, New Jersey Center for Occupational Employment Information. lwd.state.nj.us/labor/lwdhome/coi/coi_index.html, New Jersey Center for Occupational Employment Information. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.newjersey.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, New Jersey, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information lwd.state.nj.us/lpaapp/app?service =page &page =OCCPROJ, New Jersey Employment Projections, New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development, Division of Labor Market and Demographic Research. jobs4jersey.com/jobseekers/jobseekers/disable/index.html, New Jersey Division of Rehabilitation Services, State of New Jersey. wnjpin.state.nj.us/index.html, New Jersey Labor and Workforce Development. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #New Jersey, New Jersey Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. New Jersey etc.net, New Jersey State Employment and Training Commission, SETC. lwd.dol.state.nj.us/labor/ui/ui_index.html, New Jersey Unemployment Insurance. jobs4jersey.com, New Jersey's Job Bank, Jobs for Jersey. State.nj.us, State of New Jersey homepage. State Labor Market Information Offices lwd.state.nj.us/labor/lpa/lmi_index.html, New Jersey Labor Market Information. State Wage Information lwd.state.nj.us/lpaapp/app?service =page &page =OES, New Jersey Wage Information. New Mexico Job and other websites. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.nm.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, New Mexico, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information jobs.state.nm.us/vosnet/lmi/default.aspx?PU=1 plan G=E, New Mexico Employment Projections, New Mexico Department of Labor. dws.state.nm.us/individuals-applying-for-or-receiving-benefits, New Mexico Department of Unemployment Insurance Claims and Benefits System. dws.state.nm.us/homeneu, New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions. gcd.state.nm.us, New Mexico Governor's Commission on Disability, State of New Mexico. hsd.state.nm.us, New Mexico Human Services Department. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm, New Mexico Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. dws.state.nm.us/job-seeker/resources/training-and-education, New Mexico Workforce Investment Act. jobs.state.nm.us/vosnet/default.aspx, New Mexico's Job Bank, New Mexico Workforce Connection. newmexico.gov, State of New Mexico official website. State Labor Market Information Offices dws.state.nm.us/homeneu, New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions. State Wage Information dws.state.nm.us/eds/index.html, New Mexico Wage Information. New York Job and other websites. Career Information Delivery Systems, CIDS, careerzone.ny.gov/views/careerzone/index.jsf, New York Career Zone, New York State Department of Labor. Career Resource Network, CRN, sites careerzone.ny.gov/views/careerzone/index.jsf, New York Career Zone, New York State Department of Labor. Other state labor market information pages stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.newyork.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, New York, U.S. Department of Labor. labor.state.ny.us/business services/workforce data/workforce data index.shtm, labor market information for business in New York State. State Employment Trends Information labor.ny.gov/stats/lsbroj.shtm, New York Employment Projections, New York State Department of Labor. atches.nys.gov/vr, Adult Career and Continuing Education Services, Vocational Rehabilitation, New York State Department of Education. nyjobsource.com/gov.html, Government Jobs in New York. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #New York, New York Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. labor.ny.gov/home, New York State Department of Labor. ny.gov, New York State homepage. newyork.us.jobs/index.asp, New York State Job Bank. ui.labor.state.ny.us/ubc/index.jsp, New York Unemployment Insurance. labor.state.ny.us/workforce New York Partners/lwda.shtm, New York Workforce Investment Act. State Labor Market Information Offices labor.ny.gov/stats/index.shtm, New York Labor Market Information. State Wage Information labor.state.ny.us/stats/lswage2.asp, New York Wage Information. labor.ny.gov/career-center-locator. Website for unemployment insurance filing. applications.labor.ny.gov. newyork.us.jobs/index.asp. State website. ny.gov. New York Career Centers. labor.ny.gov/career-center-locator. North Carolina Job and other websites. nqworks.gov/vosnet/menu landing page.aspx, in equals +7 ijyqb/pbmrm/foa hazy-y9v4jgw2h/+e14vpl4gck2 equals, NC Works Online, Explore Careers. nqworks.gov/vosnet/menu landing page.aspx, in equals +7 ijyqb/pbmrm/foa hazy-y9v4jgw2h/+e14vpl4gck2 equals, NC Works Online, Explore Careers. ncommerce.com/portals/11/documents/joblink%20 pages/wf%20 list%20-hyphen%2007-29.pdf, North Carolina JobLink Career Center System. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.nc.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, North Carolina, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information ncommerce.com/lead/login ? Return URL $% flee $2 f data tools $2 f projections $2 f occupational projections, North Carolina Occupational Trends, the Employment Security Commission of North Carolina. ncommerce.com/workforce, NC. Division of Workforce Solutions. enclaver.com, North Carolina Department of Labor. des.nc.gov/da, North Carolina Division of Employment Security. ncdhhs.gov/division/dvrs, North Carolina Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Services, North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. nc.gov/government, North Carolina homepage. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm North Carolina minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. oshr.nc.gov/work-for-nc, North Carolina State Government Employment. ncommerce.com/workforce/workforce-professional/workforce-investment-act, North Carolina Workforce Investment Act. ncworks.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, North Carolina's Job Bank, ncworks. State Labor Market Information Offices des.nc.gov/DA, North Carolina Division of Employment Security. State Wage Information ncommerce.com/lead/data-tool/occupation/employment-wages, North Carolina Wage Information. North Dakota Job and other websites. ndcrn.com, North Dakota Career Resource Network. ndcrn.com, North Dakota Career Resource Network. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.nd.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, North Dakota, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information ndworkforceintelligence.com/vosnet/default.aspx, North Dakota Workforce Intelligence Network, North Dakota Labor Market Information Center. nd.gov/labor, North Dakota Department of Labor. nd.gov/category.htm?ID =71, North Dakota Local Government. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm North Dakota Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. jobsnd.com/unemployment-for-individuals, North Dakota Unemployment Insurance. jobsnd.com/individuals/veterans, North Dakota Veterans Employment and Training Service. jobsnd.com/individuals/training, North Dakota Workforce Investment Act. jobsnd.com, North Dakota's Job Bank, Job Service North Dakota. nd.gov/dhs/services/disabilities/index.html, Services to Individuals with Disabilities, North Dakota Department of Human Services. nd.gov, State of North Dakota official website. State Labor Market Information Offices ndworkforceintelligence.com/vosnet/default.aspx, North Dakota Workforce Intelligence Network, North Dakota Labor Market Information Center. State Wage Information ndworkforceintelligence.com/vosnet/default.aspx, North Dakota Workforce Intelligence Network, North Dakota Labor Market Information Center. Ohio Job and other websites. portal.ocs.intocareers.org, Ohio Career Information Systems. ohiocareerdev.org, Ohio's Career Development Program. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.o.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Ohio, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information ohioelme.com/proj/projections.htm, Ohio Employment Projections, Ohio Bureau of Labor Market Information, Office of Workforce Development, Department of Job and Family Services. jfs.ohio.gov, Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. jfs.ohio.gov/county/cntydir.stm, Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Local Offices. ohioelme.com/jobs/jobs.htm, Ohio LMI Job Information. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm Ohio Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. ood.ohio.gov/core-services/BVR, Ohio Rehabilitation Services Commission, RSC, State of Ohio. careers.ohio.gov, Ohio State Government Employment, State of Ohio. JobSeeker.ohiomeansjobs.monster.com, Ohio's Job Bank, Ohio means jobs. Ohio.gov, State of Ohio official website. State Labor Market Information Offices OhioLME.com, Ohio Labor Market Information. State Wage Information OhioLME.com/OES/OES.htm, Ohio Occupational Wages and Employment. Oklahoma Job and other websites. Portal.okcis.intocareers.org, Oklahoma's Career Information System. Stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.ok.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Oklahoma, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information ok.gov/oesc_web/services/find_labor_market_statistics/projections, Oklahoma Employment Projections, Oklahoma Employment Security Commission, Economic Research and Analysis Division. ok.gov/ODOL, Oklahoma Department of Labor. ok.gov/OESC_web, Oklahoma Employment Security Commission. ok.gov/oesc_web/resources_for/veterans/index.html, Oklahoma Employment Security Commission Veterans Resources. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Oklahoma, Oklahoma Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. ok.gov/ODC, Oklahoma Office of Disability Concerns, State of Oklahoma. Unemployment.state.ok.us, Oklahoma Unemployment Insurance. OklahomaWorks.gov, Oklahoma Workforce. OklahomaWorks.gov/policy-center, Oklahoma Workforce Investment Act. ok.gov/oesc_web/services/workforce_services, Oklahoma Workforce Services Division. okjobmatch.com, Oklahoma's Job Bank, OKJobMatch. State.ok.us, State of Oklahoma official website. State Labor Market Information Offices ok.gov/oesc_web/services/find_labor_market_statistics/index.html, Oklahoma Employment Security Commission. State Wage Information ok.gov/oesc_web/services/find_labor_market_statistics/reports, Oklahoma Wage Information. Oregon Job and other websites. OregonSys.u Oregon.edu/portal.aspx, Oregon Career Information System. QualityInfo.org/olmysj/olmizzine, Oregon Labor Market Information System. Stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.or.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Oregon, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information QualityInfo.org/olmysj/oic?(x=1 Oregon Occupational Information Center, Oregon Employment Department, Oregon Labor Market Information System. Oregon.gov/BOLI/pages/index.aspx, Oregon Bureau of Labor and Industries. Oregon.gov/DHS/seniors-disabilities/pages/index.aspx, Oregon Disabilities Commission, Oregon Department of Human Services. Oregon.gov/employee/businesses/pages/default.aspx, Oregon Employer Services. Oregon.gov/employee/pages/index.aspx, Oregon Employment Department. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Oregon, Oregon Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. Oregon.gov/employee/unemployment/pages/default.aspx, Oregon Unemployment Insurance. Oregon.gov/DHS/assistance/cash/pages/jobs-program.aspx, Oregon Welfare to Work, the Jobs Program. Oregon.gov/ccwd/pages/services/index.aspx, Oregon Workforce Investment Act. Secure.emp.state.or.us/jobs/index.cfm?BKMK $W9, Oregon's Job Bank, Oregon Employment Department Job Listings. Oregon.gov/pages/index.aspx, Oregon.gov. Oregon.gov/jobs/pages/index.aspx, State of Oregon Jobs. WorkSourceOregon.org, WorkSource Oregon. State Labor Market Information Office's QualityInfo.org/OLMISJ/OLMISZine, Oregon Labor Market Information System. State Wage Information QualityInfo.org/OLMISJ/OIC?(x=$1 Y=1, Oregon Occupational Information Center, Oregon Employment Department, Oregon Labor Market Information System. Pennsylvania Job and other websites. CareerTechHPA.org, Career and Technical Education, Pennsylvania Department of Education. Stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ba.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Pennsylvania, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information Workstats.daily.pa.gov/pages/default.aspx #.vwv1npkrk00, PA Workstats, Pennsylvania Center for Workforce Information and Analysis. dli.pa.gov/individuals/disability-services/pages/disability-services.aspx, Labor and Industry Resources for Pennsylvanians with Disabilities, Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry. dhs.pa.gov, Pennsylvania Department of Human Services. dli.pa.gov/pages/default.aspx, Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry. pa.gov, Pennsylvania homepage. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. uc.pa.gov/pages/default.aspx, Pennsylvania Unemployment Compensation Quick Links. dli.pa.gov/businesses/workforce-development/pages/wioa.aspx, Pennsylvania Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act.
JP.online/admin/common/portal.aspx?q1-cv1nxn2rky.g980p.ltv_c/j_p-online/admin/cmj7g5p.god_z_j_underscore k-5-ucb2fn-pvm@i2-1kj0t9q8 Pennsylvania's Job Bank, Job Gateway. State Labor Market Information Office's workstats.daily.pa.gov/pages/default.aspx #.vwv1npkrk00, PA Workstats, Pennsylvania Center for Workforce Information and Analysis. State Wage Information Workstats.daily.pa.gov/pages/default.aspx #.vwv1npkrk00, PA Workstats, Pennsylvania Center for Workforce Information and Analysis. Rhode Island Job and other websites. employri.org/vosnet/default.aspx, employri.org Online Career Center. dlt.ri.gov/jobseeker.htm, Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training Job Seeker Services. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ri.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Rhode Island, U.S. Department of Labor. dlt.ri.gov/lmi/jobseeker.htm, LMI for job seekers, labor market information for business. dlt.ri.gov/lmi/business.htm,
labor market information for business. State employment trends information dlt.ri.gov/lmi/proj.htm, Rhode Island employment projections, Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training, labor market information. dlt.state.ri.us, Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training. dlt.ri.gov/jobsri/statejobs.htm, Rhode Island Employment Opportunities. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Rhode Island, Rhode Island Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. dlt.ri.gov/ui, Rhode Island Unemployment Insurance. dlt.ri.gov/wfds, Rhode Island Workforce Development Services. employri.org/vosnet/default.aspx, Rhode Island's Job Bank, employri. ri.gov, State of Rhode Island official website. gcd.ri.gov, the Rhode Island Governor's Commission on Disability, State of Rhode Island. networkri.org, network. State Labor Market Information Offices dlt.ri.gov/lmi, Rhode Island Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. dlt.ri.gov/lmi/oes.htm, Rhode Island Wage Information. South Carolina Job and other websites. portal.sccis.intocareers.org, South Carolina Occupational Information System. portal.sccis.intocareers.org, South Carolina Occupational Information System. scworks.org/directory.asp, South Carolina Workforce System One Stop. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.sc.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, South Carolina, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. jobs.scworks.org/vosnet/timeout.aspx?lbl error message $LMI/default.aspx at 518 no referring page South Carolina Labor Market Information, South Carolina Employment Security Commission. dew.sc.gov, South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce. llr.state.sc.us, South Carolina Department of Labor, Licensing and Regulation. dss.sc.gov, South Carolina Department of Social Services. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign South Carolina, South Carolina Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. admin.sc.gov/human resources/applicant-information/career-opportunities, South Carolina State Government Employment. dew.sc.gov/individual/manage-your-benefits, South Carolina Unemployment Insurance. scvrd.net, South Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation Department, State of South Carolina. scworks.org/wioa.asp, South Carolina Workforce Investment Act. jobs.scworks.org/vosnet/default.aspx, South Carolina's Job Bank, SC Works Online Services. sc.gov/pages/default.aspx, State of South Carolina official website. State Wage Information. jobs.sc works.org/vosnet/lmi/default.aspx?pu=1 plan G=e, South Carolina Labor Market Information. South Dakota Job and other websites. sdjobs.org. sdjobs.org/lmic. dlr.sd.gov/local offices/default.aspx. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.sd.htm. sdjobs.org/lmic/menu_projections.aspx. dhs.sd.gov/services and programs.aspx. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign South Dakota. bhr.sd.gov. dlr.sd.gov/ui/default.aspx. dss.sd.gov/economic assistance/10f. dlr.sd.gov. sd.gov. 50states.com/sdakota.htm. sdstatefair.com. travelzouthdakota.com. gfp.sd.gov. fs.fed.us/recreation/map/state_list.shtml. nps.gov/state/sd/index.htm program =parks. gfp.sd.gov/state-parks. South Dakota Career Centers have a Veteran S representative on staff or available by appointment. dlr.sd.gov/local offices/default.aspx. Website for unemployment insurance filing. dlr.sd.gov/ui/individual/file_claim.a. spx. The South Dakota Department of Labor's homepage. dlr.sd.gov. The State of South Dakota official website. sd.gov. The Labor Market Information Center's homepage. dlr.sd.gov/lmic. Career Insight is an interactive internet application. apps.sd.gov/ld01dol/template/main.asp. x. Template ID equals 24 and orphan page equals apps.sd.go. v/ld55 Career Insight/custom content/welcome.aspx. South Dakota's official website for emergency preparedness related information. dps.sd.gov. Tennessee job and other websites. jobs4tn.gov/vosnet/menu landing page.aspx. in equals +7 ijyqb/pbmrm/foahazy9v4jgw2h/+e14vpl4gck2 equals Tennessee Career Information Delivery System. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.tn.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Tennessee, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. jobs4tn.gov/vosnet/timeout.aspx, LBL error message equals FAQ.aspx at 518 no referring page. Tennessee Labor Market Information, Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, Employment Security Division. tn.gov/Human Services, Disability Services, Tennessee Department of Human Services. tn.gov, State of Tennessee official website. tn.gov/HR, Tennessee Department of Human Resources. tn.gov/Workforce, Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. tn.gov/Workforce, Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. tennessee.gov/Human Services/topic/families-first-10f, Tennessee Families First. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Tennessee, Tennessee minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. tn.gov/workforce/section/unemployment, Tennessee Unemployment Insurance. tn.gov/workforce/article/American-job-center-scholarships, Tennessee Workforce Investment Act. jobs4tn.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Tennessee's Job Bank, Jobs4tn. State Labor Market Information Offices. jobs4tn.gov/vosnet/timeout.aspx ?LBL error message LMI/default.aspx at 518 no referring page. Tennessee Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. jobs4tn.gov/vosnet/timeout.aspx, LBL error message FAQ.aspx at 518 no referring page. Tennessee Labor Market Information, Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, Employment Security Division. Texas Job and other websites. careerinfonet.org/select_state.asp?ID=11. Servicelocator.org/statewebdirectory.asp, state web directory. Career Information Delivery Systems, CIDS, twc.state.tx.us/jobseekers/career-exploration-trends, Texas Career Planning and Trends. Career Resource Network, CRN, TexasCaresOnline.com/index.asp, Texas Cares. Stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.tx.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Texas, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information Tracer2.com/? Page ID =67 sub ID =114, Texas Employment Projections, Texas Workforce Commission, Labor Market and Career Information Department. State Employment Related Resources gov.texas.gov/organization/disabilities, Governor's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities, State of Texas State. Texas.gov, State of Texas official website. twc.state.tx.us/jobseekers, Texas Job Seekers and Employees homepage. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Texas, Texas minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. twc.state.tx.us/jobseekers/unemployment-benefits, Texas Unemployment Insurance Information. twc.state.tx.us, Texas Workforce Commission. twc.state.tx.us/partners/workforce-investment-act, Texas Workforce Investment Act. wit.twc.state.tx.us/work in Texas/WTX ? Page ID =app_home &cookie check flag =1, Texas Job Bank, Work in Texas. State Labor Market Information Offices Tracer2.com, Tracer, Texas Labor Market Information. State Wage Information Tracer2.com/CGI/data analysis/area selection.asp ? Table name =OES wage, Texas Wage Information. Career Information Delivery Systems, CIDS, twc.state.tx.us/jobseekers/career-exploration-trends, Texas Career Planning and Trends. Career Resource Network, CRN, sites TexasCaresOnline.com/index.asp, Texas Cares. Other state labor market information pages stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.tx.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Texas, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information Tracer2.com/? Page ID =67 sub ID =114, Texas Employment Projections, Texas Workforce Commission, Labor Market and Career Information Department. State Employment Related Resources gov.texas.gov/organization/disabilities, Governor's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities, State of Texas State. Texas.gov, State of Texas official website. twc.state.tx.us/jobseekers, Texas Job Seekers and Employees homepage. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm number sign Texas, Texas minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. twc.state.tx.us/jobseekers/unemployment-benefits, Texas Unemployment Insurance Information. twc.state.tx.us, Texas Workforce Commission. twc.state.tx.us/partners/workforce-investment-act, Texas Workforce Investment Act. wit.twc.tx.us/work in Texas/WTX ? Page ID =@home &cookie check flag =1, Texas Job Bank, work in Texas. State Labor Market Information Offices Tracer2.com, Tracer, Texas Labor Market Information. State Wage Information Tracer2.com/CGI/data analysis/area selection.asp ? Table name =OES wage, Texas Wage Information. Job websites from triagecancer.org/resources/Texas. Federal Fair Employment Agency. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 800-669-4000. info@eeoc.gov. eeoc.gov. Reasonable Accommodations. Job Accommodation Network. 800-526-7234. Jan@askjan.org. askjan.org. Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA. U.S. Department of Labor. Wage and Hour Division. 866-487-9243. dol.gov/WHD. State Fair Employment Agency. Texas Workforce Commission, Civil Rights Division. 512-463-2642 or 888-452-4778. twc.state.tx.us/customers/cwp/civil-rights-discrimination.html. Unemployment Agency. Unemployment Benefits Services. twc.state.tx.ui/unemployment-benefits-services.html. Vocational Rehabilitation. DARS Division for Rehabilitation Services. dars.state.tx.us/drs/vr.shtml. Major Texas job websites. twc.state.tx.us, Texas Workforce Commission. twc.state.tx.us/jobmatch/jobseeker. twc.state.tx.us/jobs/gvjb/gvjb.html. twc.state.tx.us/jobs/jobx/express.html. twc.state.tx.us/twc.html, Texas State Employment Service Site. TexasWorkPrep.com. TexasWorkforce.org. TexasIndustryProfiles.com, Texas Industry Profiles. TexasWags.com, Texas Occupational Wages. tea.state.tx.us/CTE, Career and Technology Education, the Career and Technical Education Unit. twc.state.tx.us, Texas Workforce. twc.state.tx.us/job/job.html. twc.state.tx.us, Texas Workforce Commission. cdr.state.tx.us, Texas Labor Market and Career Information. Texas.gov. tpwd.state.tx.us/involved/jobvac/job.htm, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Job Search. Utah Job and other websites. utahfutures.org, utahfutures.org. stats.bls.gov/eeg/eeg.ut.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Utah, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. jobs.utah.gov/wi/pub/outlook/state, Utah Employment Projections, Utah Department of Workforce Services. user.utah.gov/employment-assistance, Governor's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities, State of Utah. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Utah, Utah Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. statejobs.utah.gov/jobseeker, Utah State Government Employment, State of Utah. jobs.utah.gov/ui/home, Utah Unemployment Insurance. Jobs.utah.gov, Utah's Job Bank, Utah's Job Connection. Utah.gov/index.html, utah.gov. Jobs.utah.gov/jobseeker/veteran.html, Veteran Services, Utah Department of Workforce Services. State Labor Market Information Offices. Jobs.utah.gov/wi, Utah Economic Information and Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. Jobs.utah.gov/JSP/Almies wage/number, Utah Wage Information. Vermont Job and other websites. vtlme.info/career.cfm, Vermont Career Exploration. Stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.vt.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Vermont, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. vtlme.info/occupation.cfm, Vermont Occupational Wages and Projections, State of Vermont Department of Labor, Economic and Labor Information Office. Governor.vermont.gov/boards_and/access_employment_of_people_with_disabilities, Governor's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities, State of Vermont. Vermont.gov/portal/index.php, State of Vermont homepage. dcf.vermont.gov/esd, Vermont Department for Children and Families. Humanresources.vermont.gov, Vermont Department of Human Resources Job Applicant Center. Labor.vermont.gov, Vermont Department of Labor. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Vermont, Vermont Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. Labor.vermont.gov/unemployment-insurance, Vermont Unemployment Insurance. VermontJobLink.com, Vermont's Job Bank, Vermont JobLink. State Labor Market Information Offices. vtlme.info, Vermont Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. vtlme.info/occupation.cfm, Vermont Occupational Wages and Projections, State of Vermont Department of Labor, Economic and Labor Information Office. Virginia Job and other websites. vaview.vt.edu, Virginia Career View. doe.virginia.gov/instruction/career_technical/career_clusters/index.shtml, Virginia Career Clusters. Stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.va.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Virginia, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. voc.virginia.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Virginia Occupational Employment and Projections, Virginia Employment Commission. Virginia.gov, Commonwealth of Virginia official website. viaboard.org, Virginia Board for People with Disabilities, State of Virginia. dhrm.virginia.gov, Virginia Department of Human Resource Management. dhrm.virginia.gov, Virginia Department of Human Resource Management, State of Virginia. doli.virginia.gov, Virginia Department of Labor and Industry. vec.virginia.gov, Virginia Employment Commission. vec.virginia.gov/find-a-job, Virginia Job Seeker Services. Jobs.virginia.gov, Virginia Jobs, State of Virginia. Jobs.virginia.gov/empl for veterans.htm, Virginia Jobs Employment for Veterans, State of Virginia. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Virginia, Virginia Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. vec.virginia.gov/unemployed, Virginia Unemployment Insurance Services. elevatevirginia.org/practitioners-corner/resources, Virginia Workforce Investment Act. voc.virginia.gov/vosnet/default.aspx, Virginia's Job Bank, Virginia Workforce Connection. State Labor Market Information Offices. voc.virginia.gov/vosnet/timeout.aspx ? LBL error message $LMI/default.aspx %A0 at %A0 L32, Virginia Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. data.virginialme.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Virginia Occupational Wages. Washington Job and other websites. WOIS.org, Washington WOIS/the Career Information System. WTB.wa.gov, Washington Workforce Training and Education Coordinating Board. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.wa.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Washington, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. fortress.wa.gov/esd/employment data/reports-publications, Washington Occupational Employment Projections, Washington State Employment Security Department, Labor Market and Economic Analysis Branch. access.wa.gov, Access Washington. wpc.wa.gov, Inside Work Source. lni.wa.gov, Washington Department of Labor and Industries. esd.wa.gov, Washington Employment Security Department. esd.wa.gov, Washington Employment Services. esd.wa.gov/news and information/leg resources/GCDE, Washington Governor's Committee on Disability Issues and Employment, State of Washington. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #, Washington, Washington Minimum Wage Rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. fortress.wa.gov/esd/employment data/employment-resources tab =employers, Washington Resume Search for Employers. esd.wa.gov, Washington State Employment Security. hr.wa.gov, Washington State Government Employment. esd.wa.gov/unemployment, Washington Unemployment Insurance, UI, Benefits. workfirst.wa.gov/default.asp, Washington Work First. wtb.wa.gov/default.asp, Washington Workforce Investment Act. wtb.wa.gov, Washington Workforce Training and Education Coordinating Board. worksourceava.com, Washington's Job Bank, WorkSource, Quick Job Search, Access Washington. esd.wa.gov/about-employees, WorkSource Washington, for employers. State Labor Market Information Offices. fortress.wa.gov/esd/employment data, Washington Employment and Economic Information. State Wage Information. fortress.wa.gov/esd/employment data/reports-publication/occupational-report/occupational-employment-and-wage-estimates, Washington Occupational Wages. West Virginia Job and other websites. workforcewv.org, Workforce West Virginia. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.wv.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, West Virginia, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. lmi.workforcewv.org/lt projections/ltprojmenu.html, West Virginia Occupational Projections, Workforce West Virginia, Research, Information, and Analysis. wv.gov/pages/default.aspx, State of West Virginia homepage. wvlabor.com/new website/pages/index.html, West Virginia Division of Labor. personnel.wv.gov/job_seekers/pages/default.aspx, West Virginia Division of Personnel. wvdrs.org, West Virginia Division of Rehabilitation Services, West Virginia Department of Education and the Arts. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm West Virginia minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. workforcewv.org/unemployment.html, West Virginia Unemployment Compensation Division. wvdhr.org/bcf/family_assistance/wvworks.asp, West Virginia Welfare to Work, West Virginia Works. workforcewv.org/public-information.html, West Virginia Workforce Investment Act. workforcewv.org/job-seekers.html, West Virginia's Job Bank, Workforce West Virginia. workforcewv.org, Workforce West Virginia. State Labor Market Information Offices. lmi.workforcewv.org, West Virginia Labor Market Information. State Wage Information. lmi.workforcewv.org/occproj/occupational wages qtrli.html, West Virginia Occupational Wages. Wisconsin Job and other websites. wiscareers.wisc.edu/default.asp, Wisconsin Careers. wisconsincareers.wisc.edu, Wisconsin Careers for Wisconsin. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.wi.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Wisconsin, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. worknet.wisconsin.gov/worknet/doccprj.aspx menu selection $DA, Wisconsin Occupation Projections, Wisconsin Workforce Information, Bureau of Labor Statistics Programs. wisconsin.gov/pages/home.aspx, State of Wisconsin official website. dwd.state.wi.us, Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development. dhs.wisconsin.gov/disabilities/physical/gcpd.htm, Wisconsin Governor's Committee for People with Disabilities, Wisconsin Department of Health Services. jobcenterofwisconsin.com, Wisconsin job sites, State of Wisconsin. lirc.wisconsin.gov, Wisconsin Labor and Industry Review Commission. dol.gov/whd/minwage/america.htm #Wisconsin, Wisconsin minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. doa.wi.gov/division/personnel-management, Wisconsin Office of State Employment Relations. wisc.job/public/index.asp, Wisconsin State Government Employment, State of Wisconsin. dwd.wisconsin.gov/UI, Wisconsin Unemployment Insurance, UI. dwd.wisconsin.gov/dwd-WIA, Wisconsin Workforce Investment Act. dcf.wisconsin.gov/w2/parents/w2, Wisconsin Works, W2. jobcenterofwisconsin.com, Wisconsin's Job Bank, Job Center of Wisconsin. State Labor Market Information Offices. worknet.wisconsin.gov/worknet, Wisconsin WORnet. State Wage Information. worknet.wisconsin.gov/worknet/daoswage.aspx menu selection $DA, Wisconsin Occupational Employment Statistics. Wyoming Job and other websites. stats.bls.gov/eg/eg.wy.htm, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Wyoming, U.S. Department of Labor. State Employment Trends Information. wyomingatwork.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Wyoming Labor Market Information, Employment Trends, Occupation Wages. ai-hrd.wyo.gov, State of Wyoming Department of Administration and Information, Human Resources Division. wyo.gov, State of Wyoming official website. wyomingworkforce.org/workers/VR, Vocational Rehabilitation Services, Wyoming Department of Workforce Services. wyomingworkforce.org, Wyoming Department of Workforce Services. dol.gov/WHD/minwage/America.htm number sign Wyoming, Wyoming minimum wage rate, U.S. Department of Labor, Employment Standards Administration. doe.state.wy.us/inet claims, Wyoming Unemployment Insurance Division. sites.google.com//wyo.gov/dfs/web/economic-assistance/power, Wyoming Welfare Reform, Power. wyomingworkforce.org/businesses/employment/WIOA, Wyoming Workforce Investment Act. wyomingatwork.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Wyoming's Job Bank, wyomingatwork.com. State Labor Market Information Offices. wyomingatwork.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Wyoming Labor Market Information, Employment Trends, Occupation Wages. State Wage Information. wyomingatwork.com/vosnet/default.aspx, Wyoming Labor Market Information, Employment Trends, Occupation Wages.